Hey, my name is Spencer, and I improve the lives of young men. And I'm about to give you a framework that is going to change your life completely. Have you ever played Mario Kart before? I'm sure you have. Hear me out. This will make sense in the end. There's a feature in Mario Kart where you can race a ghost, and usually this ghost is some NPC or just a bot that Mario Kart made, or sometimes it's a real person from across the country that you have to race against. And it's a ghost. It's not an actual cart. You can go through, you can drive through the cart, but you see the ghost and it's there, but it's not really there. You are still the only real physical cart in the race. It's called a time trial. I used to be a big Mario Kart nerd. That ghost is your potential. You are the car right now. And that ghost is ahead of you. I want you to fix your life before it's too late. That ghost is going to get everything that it wants in life, that you want in life. The girl, the money, the success, the friends, the life stories. That ghost is your pure, unadulterated, untapped potential. It's your goal to be as close as possible to that ghost. And it's not easy. You know, there is a chance that if you keep going down a bad path and you keep doing the bad habits and you keep not caring about your life, eventually you'll stop seeing the ghost. That ghost will turn a corner and then you'll never see it again. You'll be so far behind. And that's really sad. And the other super sad thing is that sometimes in life, you are going to be granted opportunities that you wish you could capitalize on, but they're only opportunities you could have capitalized on if you were closer to the ghost. Think about it like a level system, like another video game analogy for you. I'm level 25 Spencer right now. If I did everything correctly and everything right, which is impossible, but just say I did everything correctly, I'd be level 50 Spencer right now. There have been opportunities in my life, and this has hurt the most, that level 25 Spencer wasn't able to capitalize on. And if I was level 40, level 35, it would have went different. Maybe a girl enters my life. Maybe another opportunity to start a business begins and this comes into my life. But I am sitting at home, jacking off, watching reels, and I'm not able to capitalize on those moments. So my life trajectory would have been completely different. That ghost is your potential. It is everything you could have ever wanted in life. You are ripped. You are wealthy. You have the wife you want. You have the kids you want. This is something you want to strive to be right next to that ghost, right behind that ghost, inside of that ghost. And it hurts the most when you can barely see the ghost anymore in this race we call life. So how do we get better? Well, you could rephrase the question, how could I get closer to that ghost? And it all starts with a simple realization. We are on autopilot probably 85% of the time. And what do I mean by this? Well, I'm going to ask you a question. What shoe did you put on first 3 days ago? When you were getting ready, you took a shower, you put on your outfit, you're about to go outside. What shoe did you put on first, your right or your left? You probably don't know. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that a lot of the things we do are on autopilot. And the reason behind this is our brain is really, really smart, but it's also really, really lazy. And it doesn't want to use all of its energy on unimportant, it deems some tasks as unimportant tasks. And your brain will most of the decisions you make, we make millions of decisions in a month. Your brain, most of those will be subconscious or just unconscious when we make these decisions, and they're on autopilot. In this race, what makes you go slower? Vaping, watching YouTube videos that aren't self-improvement related, watching shorts, doing drugs, smoking weed. And what kind of actions are these? A lot of the times they're autopilot. You might know that these actions are bad, but you're in the moment, you're just doing them for pleasure. For example, I don't realize I'm watching reels until like 10 minutes in sometimes. Like, oh shit, I need to get off my phone. Your brain's lazy and it makes shortcuts and it goes on autopilot more than you think. For example, could you name every single YouTube video that you watched this week? All 50, all 100 of the YouTube videos? No, hell no. That just proves my point. Watching YouTube and watching shorts and watching porn and doing drugs, drinking a bunch, it's all in your subconscious when it comes down to it. Yes, you might actively order another drink at the bar, but most of this is autopilot bullshit. So if these are autopilot activities, and doing this is fucking up your life, these autopilot activities are making your car and the ghost further apart, which basically means you're going to be living a life of untapped potential. And these activities are so bad for you. You might not think about it in the moment, but basically, the activities already listed out: porn, watching shorts, YouTube, drugs. They're so bad for you. And the ramifications don't show up until way later in life. Basically, if you look at your 30-year-old self or your 40-year-old self, if you're around my age right now, I'm 20. For each hour that you're on YouTube Shorts, it might not affect your day-to-day life right now, but for each hour you're on YouTube Shorts, when you're 30, when you're 40, that makes you just a little bit more unhappy at that age. That makes you a little bit more unsuccessful. That makes you have a little bit less money in your bank account. This all adds up, and it's exponential when you get to these ages. So I just really stress the importance of not fucking doing that. I'm going to slap you in the face if you're watching another TikTok reel after this. Seriously. These things are so hard to quit because you're on autopilot when you do them most of the time. So you don't even give your actual brain a fighting chance to understand why you're doing this and how to quit. You want to quit, this is bad, but you just keep finding yourself doing it. And I'm going to show you how to quit. I'm going to give you a framework of how to actually quit. And basically, the logic is to not be on autopilot when you're doing these actions. So run through this protocol with me. When you find yourself scrolling through TikTok, or you find yourself watching porn, or whatever it is, or you find yourself wanting to, this is the protocol you're going to run through. And usually, when people are doing bad things, 99% of people aren't going to do this. And this is why people stay addicted. This is why people stay broke. This is why people stay unsuccessful. This is what you have to do. Number one, be aware of why you're doing the thing. So you're scrolling on Reels. Why am I doing this right now? That's such a meta question. Why am I doing this right now? Okay. I am a little bored, I guess. I am procrastinating on doing this homework. I am just a little upset right now. I just want something to blow off steam. Now you know why. Number two, be aware of how you are feeling in that very, very moment. Are you sad? Are you upset? This is all more information that you can gather to then come up with a plan of how you can actually quit this stuff. And then number 3, ask yourself why you feel this way. So if in that moment you felt lonely, why do you feel lonely? Oh, because you don't walk outside of your house. You're a hermit. Okay, maybe if you hung out with friends outside of your room, you wouldn't feel the need to go on reels every second. There's things you can do once you actually know what the problem is. And then number 4 is your perception of yourself in this very moment. So if you're watching porn, we'll take another example, porn. And you remember to be not on autopilot because Spencer reminded you not to be when you're doing these bad things that you hate and you know are ruining your life. Okay, you're on porn. 4th thing, view your perception of yourself while you're doing this. And you can literally say out loud, oh, I'm watching porn and I think this makes me a undisciplined bitch. And I'm watching this anyway, even though I just called myself an undisciplined bitch, and I'm really hating myself for this, and why am I doing this? Why am I jacking off? You know, you could go through and just literally like call yourself out verbally. Are you really going to still want to do that activity after the fact? You know, these are things that actually work, these 4 protocols. Understand how you're feeling in this moment. Understand why you are doing this. Think about your perception of yourself. Is this going to like lower your self-respect for yourself? Things like that really, really work. This is the protocol that's going to change your life. And with that being said, this is how you actually reach your potential. This is how you get back, you know, the success that is owed to you, you know, if you put in the work. So with that being said, I'll see you next time in the next video. Stay bored.